The Utah Utes open this season on the road at UCLA. How do we think they're going to match up?
Okay, so the Utes have their season opener in Pasadena, California against UCLA. This UCLA team is going into their second year underneath Deshaun Foster. They are ranked 57th nationally and 15th in the Big Ten with their high school recruiting class this offseason. Last year, they finished 5-7, same exact as the Utes.
Yep.
Same exact record. And the crazy thing is the exact same record, both home and road.
Yeah.
There, which was really weird.
Yeah, I saw that.
They also have a new OC, Tino Sunseri, who gets basically $1 million a year here.
Yeah,
with this program. So honestly, I don't know, man. With a grown-ass man with a haircut like that, makes me already think that he makes questionable decisions. I don't know if you've seen this dude's hair.
I have seen it.
I'm just like, okay, man, okay. But AJ, what are your thoughts on the season opener for the Utes? Is it going to be an easy win or is it a trap game?
No, I think this is actually a fantastic game for the Utes to open up. I mean, the big thing is like you mentioned, the Bruins are really in a very similar spot as Utah coming from last year. And we're talking as far as even, they had a senior quarterback in Ethan Garbers who was with UCLA for what seemed like 462 years. He'd been there forever. He'd played a ton of games. He finally graduated. They had one of their really good sophomore quarterbacks, Justin Martin, transfer out of that program. But they did get a really nice transfer piece. Senior by the name of Joey Aguilar. He transferred in from Appalachian State. This dude's a really talented quarterback. Yeah, he is coming from the Sun Belt Conference, but I mean, he completed just over 60% of his passes for 6,000 yards in 56 touchdowns in 2 seasons with the Mountaineers. So he's got a really good chance of being that opening day quarterback for the Bruins. And I think he's going to be a great fit there, especially with this new offensive coordinator, Tino Sunseri. I mean, like you mentioned, he was at Indiana last year and Indiana they finished 34 in offense last year. So that's a pretty successful offensive season. UCLA, obviously before that, they ranked 118th in offense. Now to put that onto scale, that is actually a touch worse than the offensive struggles that the Utes faced last year. They were ranked 115th is what they finished the year at. So UCLA really had a bad, those guys struggled. And they did have a pretty good defense. So they finished the season ranked 39th on defense. So we're in very similar roles as far as we have new offensive coordinators. We're bringing in new offensive schemes. Jason Beck's offensive, stats. He led that New Mexico team to a 4th overall ranking to finish the season last year. So yeah, they were in the Mountain West. A 4th overall offensive rating means you're gaining some yards. He did a great job. So I think this is just a great spot for the Utes to get the season started, man. I mean, it's going to be a great way for us to see how they stack up to a team that is built and in the Big Ten. So they've got a ton of talent, and to see how our talent matches up with a well-recruited Big Ten team. We'll know right out the gate where the Utes are going to be.
Yeah, man, I'm here for it. I really am. I'd much rather have their first game be against a team like UCLA versus, no offense to people up north, but Weber State. Like, come on now, what are we doing there?
Yeah.
Or Southern Utah University. Yeah. It's like, I want to see a not a legitimate threat, like a conference threat game right out the gates, but I would like to have them play somebody that is in a similar situation to them, and we can kind of see more of what we're supposed to see throughout the year versus waiting another week for them to play somebody else who potentially will be better. In this case, the Utes actually drop off. They play I can't remember who they play in the second week.
Second week, they got Cal Poly.
Yeah, Cal Poly. The Utes did a good job of making sure their non-conference games are not layovers.
Yeah. I mean, Cal Poly's an easier game. That one's here. And then they got Wyoming. And then they get right into the Big 12 schedule with Texas Tech. So
I don't know, man. That Wyoming game, that's
Wyoming is scary, man.
Yeah, that will be a good judge for the Utah to see how well they've improved over last year.
Yeah.
I think coming out with this game coming right out of the gate against UCLA, we'll be able to identify some things. Obviously, the Utah team had some backslides due to lack of control over the offensive side of the ball, and I'm expecting their improvements to be substantially greater than what UCLA is dealing with. I think they are going to see improvements this year with a new offensive coordinator and a new offensive scheme, but I don't think that the jump in improvement is going to be as high for UCLA as I'm expecting it to be for Utah.
I agree. And especially because Jason Beck did bring his quarterback with him to this program. And I'm not saying he's going to for sure be the day one starter, right? We don't know. but we don't know. The fact is we have some really talented quarterbacks that are still on there. Obviously, he knows the scheme. But the fact is we brought in some really talented players. Bringing Nate Johnson back really helps because the dude fits perfectly into this offensive scheme. I'm so looking forward to seeing this team get on the field and hopefully get some offensive production, because Utah has a great defense. They're always going to have a great defense. If we can go out there and put some points on the board, it's going to be a really hard team to beat.
I agree. We want to hear from you folks. Once again, let us know in the comments down below what you think with regards to the University of Utah and drawing the Bruins, the first game out. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you think on that. Drop us a like on this channel. Check out our merch store down below. And more stuff coming down there every week. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. And we'd love to hear from you. So let us know what you think.
Absolutely.